I don't really have much to say on this occasion because sometimes one is so completely overtaken and overawed by the situation that you are lost for words. And following His Excellency Adasi Ogusi is always a very difficult task. But I'll just say a few words, from my own personal perspective. First of all, I have to say that by the grace of God, I was part of Chief Obiano's journey in the last 8 years as governor of Anambra State. Indeed, I was part of it before we even knew he would be a governor. Because a few days after he retired from Fidelity Bank, I had a dream, and true, I had a dream. And I was told, thank God, here comes the next governor of Anambra State. So we went through the process in Anambra North, our senatorial zone, between the traditional rulers and the chairman of the town unions. It was a rigorous process to produce 3 names to recommend to the ruling party as our recommendation, and we did it. But I told my colleagues at the processes that the next governor of Anambra State was not in the process we're going through. So the list we're submitting to the ruling party, we'll do it as a matter of formality. But the next governor had not emerged, was not in the process. And indeed, William Obiano was not in that process. And today, we're celebrating him as the man who has ruled Anambra State most successfully for the past 8 years. So if any did not catch him, or choose Anambra State, and God gave him the empowerment to do that. And like already said, he came well prepared. So an accountant of world class and an auditor, international auditor for that matter. So he has a way, or he's been trained to look into a pile of information and get the essence of it. But also, he was a banker and a manager in a large corporation. So he brought all of these to bear in his governance of Anambra State. And he always told me that all he wanted to achieve could be defined in a very simple term. That day or night, 24 hours a day, when you're in Anambra State, anybody in Anambra State, wherever, should feel safe and secure. And if that were to happen, opportunities for investment will come, business will come, Anambra State will boom, will be a happier life for everybody. Because what is the purpose of government is to improve the well-being of the people. And I think he set about doing that, and I think he has achieved that. I don't want to enumerate everything else about education, agriculture, etc., because it's all there, and it's in the books, and if you go around, you see them. But 2 things I'd like to say. The legacy projects, this place we're in today, airport, Awka Stadium. I've had the privilege of being with the governor from the beginning, laying the foundation stone, and visiting regularly to see progress of work. The last time I was here was about 3 weeks ago, and the amazing progression from the 3 weeks ago is just fantastic. And I think you have to give it to him. The time frame, project on time, on budget, and on everything, on specification. But the last thing I should say, because as chairman of the State Council of Traditional Rulers, I've also worked with him at that level. He's given us unqualified support to the Traditional Council. We've held our meetings under him every month. We've held our meetings for the whole period in our government. We've held our annual seminars except when the COVID pandemic came into place. And from the perspective of the Traditional Rulers Institution in Anambra State, I would think that his greatest achievement has been that he presented over 60 certificates of recognition to traditional rulers. That meant that all those 60 traditional institutions either were vacant or had been in dispute for so many years. And it had the courage to step in, resolve the disputes, and let's have the leadership. So the institution today is better off than it was ever since the fact he has recognized more traditional rulers in his term than all his predecessors put together, including the military regime and so on and so forth. So his legacy is unquestionable, and the foundation or the edifice he has added on. Anambra is an edifice that will be in constant building and development. He's done his own part, and I think he's left indelible marks for his predecessors to follow.
It is with great pleasure and gratitude to God that I'm unveiling the book written on my administration by a very famous industrialist and financial guru, I.C.C. And I do that in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.